I'm at Wellow Park this morning, sometimes called Wellow Wood, and I'm on the trail of another hairstreak egg today. Today I'm after the egg of the white-letter hairstreak, which, like the purple hairstreak egg, is going to take quite a bit of finding. First priority is find some elm, and that is not as easy a task nowadays as you might think. Well, I have found some wych elm, and there's a low branch here, and this particular wych elm is standing on a corner that faces pretty much southeast, and it's very close to where I did beat a couple of white-letter hairstreak larvae off a few years ago. And that was only just a few yards down there, but I can't find that particular bit of wych elm now, as that ride has overgrown completely. So it's a case of working my way through these twigs. I know they're in the area, so this is as good as anywhere. And white-letter hairstreaks tend to lay their eggs at the joint of the current year's growth, or this year's growth that there was, or that still is for another few weeks, and last year's growth. And it can also be close to the buds apparently, or in the forks of these twigs. This may take quite a while. I'd go and make a cup of tea if I were you. Well, I've moved, struggling to find any suitable elm to even look at. It's all been flailed at the side of the forest tracks. So I've now come out onto the edge of Wellow Park, heading back towards the car, and I'm looking at any elm that's along this edge. The only thing I found is a woodcock, which I nearly trod on, funny enough. If I'd got my net, I could have caught it, because it struggled to gain height. But there's no sign of any white-letter hairstreak eggs. This looks like it could turn into another quest. Well, I must admit, not to defeat, but I have finally found 2 white-letter hairstreak eggs. And I'm back searching, having another look on the wych elm that I was looking at earlier in the video. And I've had a bit of a read up about where white-letter hairstreaks tend to lay their eggs, and they do favour wych elm, and particularly near the flower buds of wych elm. And I've looked on this potentially suitable bit of witch elm earlier. Went right over it. Couldn't find any. But I've come back for another look. And within a couple of minutes, I found two. And they're both on the same twig. And I'll show you them now. Now both eggs are on the twig that my thumb is resting on. In fact, you'll see one just above my scabby thumb. And it's right on the joint of the new growth from this year and last year's growth. You see that sort of greyish little disc. Now the eggs are only a millimetre, probably I think they might measure 0.9 millimetres, so they're not exactly big. Technically same size as purple hairstreak and brown hairstreak, but these are flatter. They're an unusual disc shape. And if I can keep this in focus, if I put my other hand here, and there on that, the top bud, at the base of that bud, look, you can see the other egg. And so here is the egg at the base of that end bud on the left hand side of the twig, obviously. Now the larva is fully formed, apparently. These fully formed and overwinters fully formed in the egg, and then hatches out in the spring when the flower buds of witch elm opens. But you might be able to see how flat that egg is now. It's a weird size and shape, or certainly weird shape. Most unusual. Makes you wonder whether it's painful when it lays. And the other egg is there, look, at the joint of this last year's growth and the year before's growth. And both these were on the underside. And if anyone wants to look for the eggs of these, this, or where these two are, would be where I would check. So you're looking at the growth there, look, where the previous year's growth or this year's growth has started, or look at the end bud or against one of the larger buds, and they're laid at the side of the leaf scar. You can see the leaf scar at the base of the bud. Well, it's been quite a job to find these, but there you go. A bit of patience and persistence, you get your reward. So these are the eggs of the white-letter hairstreak. And it's closed in even more. The weather now. Not raining, but it's become murky and misty and horrible. But at least it's been worth it. And certainly worth returning to have another look. That's probably not the first time that I've done that when looking for eggs or larvae. You know, you go over somewhere once, don't find it, and you go back maybe once or twice and then find it. Certainly done that many times with certain species at certain sites. Not everything will jump up and shout, "Here I am," at you. Sometimes wish they did. So what next? I don't know. No more hairstreaks that we can look for. or hair streak eggs, should I say. There must be something that I can delve into and see if I can turn up. I'll have a pond